When done properly, the internet, screens, and particularly social media can provide 5 essential elements of adolescent well-being: a sense of control over one's environment, individuation, self-expression, a connection to others, and acceptance. And then there is the abyss. Welcome to App-Propriate, a podcast designed to give you a little taste into the positives and negatives of the most popular social media apps, so that you and your most importants can make more informed, healthy, and safer choices when it comes to interacting through your screens. I'm your host, Joe Langford. Note that I said safer, not safe. Interacting through screens with other humans contains a degree of natural risk, just like real life. And I believe that education leads to empowerment, and I hope this information helps add a degree of safety, social responsibility, and good digital citizenship to your social networking and the conversations you have about it with your family. This week's episode is a double episode about the apps Holla and Holla. Holla with 2 L's and Holla with 1 L are 2 different, though similar apps, falling into both the live streaming and the connection-motivated and the hookup app categories. They are both considered what we call random video chat apps and are designed to connect strangers. Random chat apps tend to look very similar to FaceTime, with the stranger's video screen taking up the majority of the screen and a thumbnail of the user's screen in a corner or off to one side. Like the many other random video chat apps such as Monkey, the famous Chat Roulette, and the infamous Omegle, random video chat apps are typically free for download and allow users to meet other users from anywhere around the world via voice and/or video chat. They all try to have their own unique spin on this mostly pointless and sometimes dangerous behavior, and both Holla with 2 L's and Holla with 1 L are popular right now, and I would say particularly tempting in this summer of quarantine, with the logs of boredom, isolation, less structure, and more screen time fueling this particular campfire. Once a user downloads either app, the registration requires you to connect either to a Facebook or a Google account, then allow access to the user's phone's camera and microphone. Users are then able to immediately start a chat with a stranger by hitting a button and connecting with an algorithmically chosen at random other Holla user, with the option to either swipe or skip to the next random match if you're not feeling it. Full disclosure, I'm an Apple snob, person, so I was only able to personally test drive Holla with 1 L, as it was the only one of the 2 Hollas available in the Apple Store. At the time of this recording, Holla with 2 L's was removed from the Apple Store, though it's still on Google Play and can still be accessed by iOS users who had already downloaded it before its removal. Both apps require a phone number, are rated 17+, but of course don't require age verification, and have 0 parental controls. Both reportedly ban inappropriate content such as violence or nudity or hate behavior, though masturbation, bullying, and people, mostly dudes, engaged in mostly solo sexual activities on video have been documented. And both apps require users to spend money if they want additional chat options or want to narrow the random searches to people of a specific sex. Holla with 2 L's is $9.99 a month for their Prime membership, whereas Holla with 1 L's Holla Plus is $19.99 a month. Holla with 2 L's also sets itself apart by including a nearby chat mode, which uses the phone's location tracker to connect you with nearby strangers using the typical dating app-like swipe feature to make connections, which uses the phone's location tracker to connect you with nearby strangers using the typical dating app-like swipe feature to make connections. The Holla app and the Holla app not only have similar names, but they share the same dangerous concept when it comes to younger users. These apps' primary purpose is to allow people to video chat with random strangers all over the world. And while some conversations might stay innocent, users have reported widespread profanity, lewd behavior, and nudity on both apps. And regardless, random video chat apps are not safe for minors. I encourage families to talk about the dangers of live video chat. You never know what you're going to see on the screen when you go swipe to the next chat, which makes this app potentially scary for some kids and tantalizing in a boundary-free way for naive and/or curious others. Engaging in video chat with complete strangers ups the danger factor because there are predators out there, and they can be smart and manipulative and can glean a lot of information from even brief exchanges online. I also think it's important to discuss how to recognize an online predator. I have a few books out, and in the Spare Me the Talk series, I explain to my adolescent readers not to share information about themselves, their friends, or their family with people that they don't know. To pay particular caution when someone attempts to turn a conversation sexual, and to never ever make physical contact with anyone they meet online. These are go-to tactics for online predators. According to the Crimes Against Children Research Center, 1 out of 5 U.S. teenagers who are active online have received an unwanted sexual solicitation via the internet. These solicitations were sexual talk, requests to engage in sexual activities, or requests for personal information. 1/3 of American teens have received an aggressive sexual solicitation in the past year. This means that a predator has asked a young person to meet somewhere, called them on the phone, or sent correspondence, money, or gifts through the U.S. Postal Service. And 77% of the targets for online predators are 14 and older, and 22% are ages 10 to 13. The U.S. Department of Justice maintains that on average, there's 1 child molester per square mile in the United States. Given isolated areas such as Kansas or the Appalachians, and the vastness of places like Texas and Alaska, this may not seem like such a big deal. However, if you acknowledge that the internet transforms our screens into an open window between our home and virtually any place else in the world, these stats take on new meanings. Apps like these, however they're spelled, not only encourage kids to talk to strangers, but exponentially magnifies the number of strangers that they encounter. Thank you for listening. I'm Joe Langford. I'm a therapist, a sex and tech educator, and a dad, and I specialize in helping families navigate that intersection of adolescence, sexuality, technology, and behavior. More information about me and my work to promote healthy, positive, and safer sexual and social behavior, both online and off, can be found at my website, beheroes.net.
The advice presented in this podcast is a form of education and is intended to provide general information about common though broad topics that impact underage people. Specific circumstances and facts may make said advice unsuitable and/or other actions necessary for individuals. This podcast is meant to be an adjunct, not a replacement, for IRL experience, professional advice, and good old-fashioned common sense. In addition, much of the information included here can and most likely will change with time, culture, and the rapid development of technology. BeHeroes.net does not seek nor accept any monetary gain or financial support from any social media platform mentioned. BeHeroes.net is committed to providing quality consulting, coaching, product, speaker, and contracted therapeutic services, advocacy, and resources to clients, visitors, customers, colleagues, and fans. Appropriate is produced by BeHeroes.net.